I'm going to talk about the final page now so you can really differentiate what is what. So, ağacı kesmişler. Kesmek means to cut. Miş is the past tense suffix. Ler is the personal suffix of onlar. And onlar is they. So this says they cut the tree. Ağacı. Ağaç means tree and it gets because a gets ağacı kesmişler. So here I know that they cut the tree. This is the i hali of the word hal condition. I condition. But let's look at this. Sena is my friend. She has a tree at our school. Well, our former school. We graduated. So she has a tree and she always wants to go there. And I thought I would include this example. So Sena'nın ağacı is Sena's tree. But here in Turkish we have something extra that we put something here. Sena'nın treesi it would be. We use the buffer letter S in between because this is what onun requires. But in gökyüzü we use this in between. If yüz was not used but you, we would say gökyüzü. So in onun we use the buffer letter S. But while adding something extra here, like meaning the, we use an in between. Okay, so let me write another rule here. In isim tamlamaları, you know, when two words form another word, in isim tamlamaları, we use an while adding the. So elim means my hand, el means hand, elim means my hand, and elimi is the hand of mine. Sıkı means tight, tut means hold. So hold my hand tight. Hold the hand of mine tight. Yemeğini ye. Eat, yemek means food. Yemeğin, your food, but K turns into soft G, yemeğin ni, the food of yours. Okay, and here is the other example that I forgot to check this. Onu yeme, don't eat it. Onu, o, it, u, de. And we used an in between. Onu yeme, don't eat it. O, it, reksin, rexes, yeme, ye, yemek, it's the food of Rex. This is like off and meaning it's, so Rex is food. Don't eat it, it's Rex's food. Rex is my dog. So, onun elleri. It's or her, his. Eller, el, hand, ler, plural suffix, elleri. This is her, his. It's possessive suffix. Onun elleri küçüktür. Küçük, small. Tür is like their, as we learned before. It emphasizes the meaning and turns nouns into predicates. So that means onun elleri küçüktür. She has small hands. So another example here we have is omuz, shoulder. Okay, so we say omzu, the omuz of someone, someone's shoulder. So that someone is her, his, or its. So its shoulder, his shoulder, her shoulder, omzu. But here, this turns into omzu. It loses this vowel. We call it ünlü düşmesi. Ünlü düşmesi. Düşmek means to fall. Düşmesi, you know, it's the fall of ünlü. Ünlü means vowel, but it also means celebrity. So there was a problem and my phone stopped recording after I said this. And I continued, but I didn't know my phone didn't record, so I'm gonna explain it once again. So I said that ünlü means vowel, but it also means celebrity. And ün means fame, ünlü is famous and ünsüz is not famous. I also said that vowels are like celebrities in Turkish because you know the vowel harmony, it's so important. It's how we know what suffix to add. When some words which are dissyllabic, which have two vowels, in other words, get a suffix that starts with a vowel, they lose their final vowel. But some words only, and this is something you're going to be familiar with as you learn Turkish. And are they so important? No. If you say oğlu instead of oğlu, everyone is going to understand you. And just say it, oğlu, oğlu, oğlu, oğlu, oğlu. It kind of sounds like oğlu after some time, right? So let's check out our examples. Oğul means son, and when we add u, meaning his, her, son, or this son, we learned that these both mean his, her, and the. So oğlu means someone's son, alın is forehead, and alın is someone's forehead, alın. This fell, as we say in Turkish, ünlü düşmesi, the falling of vowels, oğlu. Ağız means mouth, and ağzı turned into ağzı. Ömür, lifetime, ömürü turned into ömrü. This part too, to make it more clear about how we use S and N as a buffer letter. When we use in as S, like someone's S, we have to use N before. Like kapı means door, it ends with a vowel, and when I want to say door, I have to add N before I add But let's think of another word, our word, kalem. So we say kalemin without adding N. But if that ended with a vowel, we would use N. So N is for S. And kolu. This is the possessive suffix its, as we know. Kolu means his, her, its arm. So this means the door's arm. Kolu, because we talk about its arm, means door handle. We want to say the door handle, so we use this as the. And as the buffer letter, we use N again. So we use N when we want to say the too. Only if there is a formed noun, like two nouns. When two nouns form another noun, we use N as the buffer letter. But if it's not like this, as I gave as an example before, araba means car, and you say arabayı when you want to say the car. So ye, here I crossed it, but ye is used as the too. But this the is used with what's known as two nouns together. Two nouns forming another noun. Okay? So N is used when we are adding the in suffix and while we are using the in a case like this. So let's take a look at this too. So onun, o means he, she, it, and onun means her, his, its. So we use N in between here, which makes a lot of sense. And we come here, I means good, his good, her good. So this is the its suffix. Here is the buffer letter S. We use S if we're talking about its like possessive suffix, like ata, ancestor, atası, someone's ata. We use S in this case. So S is used at its, and let's say the good of her. So when we want to add the for the, we use Y or N, but this is something that's formed like in and E here, so it's similar to this one. So we have to use N here. So how do we add one? We use N and E. İyisini. Alright, I hope that was clear. If you have any more questions, please ask.